No, I think it's on. Wait. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's on. Just in Darling Harbour. Yeah, Darling Harbour. I'm gonna talk about positives and negatives. Life is like a photo you develop from the negatives. No. And I thought of like a couple of things I was gonna say first. Like, people fuck each other over like so frequently these days. And then the reverse, like people take them back in very quick. It's wrong to yourself and to others or whatever. But I'm like, you gotta earn loyalty before you start fucking making mistakes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, say some cunt's the most cooked motherfucker, like to other people, but to the boys, like, you know, that grew up with him, that's just him, you know. Even if like he used to be quite placid and all that, whatever, and then everyone will judge him, especially talk about females, because females are a product of men, and most men are fucking pussies. Then the females are fucking disgusting too. You know what I mean? Like, they have a cuck vision, like a very westernized, fucking brainwashed society sort of thing mentality. Everyone will look at him weird, but like if you knew him back in the day, it's fine. It's your mate. You love him. And that's a good thing about men, bro, because they love you no matter what. I don't think it's the same with females. I don't know. I remember, like, when I was younger, not that young, but like 23, 24, I was very, very like open-minded, very intelligent, ahead of my time and stuff. But I remember, like, you know, if you make friends with a girl but you never dated her, but she sticks around, and then you talk about another girl, like she wants to give you advice, and she gives you advice, it's usually things she doesn't like about your things, you know, like she wouldn't say to your face or whatever. I remember she said I should have fucking jabbed her in the face, but no, I'm just kidding. Wink. But she was like, oh, maybe you're a bit too much. I was like, a bit too much. Being like, you're not gonna be anything if you're not enough. So you want me to be, you can never be just right. That's impossible. You can never calibrate it to just right. If you were not enough, you will never be enough, ever. If you're too much, you can calibrate and you can grow. So I think you do too much and you cut out. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with too much energy. You just got to control it. But you can't control having not enough, because it's not enough. How can you control that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's hard to take advice, like, I don't know. Like putting girls on a pedestal or whatever. You gotta be the leader, but if you're gonna be anything, you're gonna have to rebel against everyone, especially after what just happened to this society. So, how are you gonna like be intimidated by a female? Like, how are you gonna put them on a pedestal? Theoretically, I want to respect and love you, so I'm gonna do that. But I'm not gonna like do those things other men do, worship them or whatever. Be their friend walking around them, and they're just fucking using you or whatever. As soon as they find someone, they fuck off. They leave every mate they've ever, you know what I mean? They feel like the abandoned friends and all that shit. Yeah. Anyway, like, have you seen them in the position when they're in the bedroom? You know what I mean? How can you be intimidated? Like, they're so submissive. And if you see the positions they take in the bedroom and that, or whatever. And then after it's done, how's that dominant at all? How's that intimidating? They want to curl up and cuddle. Like, fucking give me the F-Post machine. The fuck, bro? Anyway, alright, let's get to the point. It's called positives from negatives. Positives and negatives, sorry. Just gonna wait. Need to fucking calm down a bit. So people need to know how to rebel, because you've been taught, and not just taught, like if you're around others, family, whatever, everyone kind of follows. That's society, right? Like you know that way that everyone follows, whatever. To be creative, you have to break out of that thinking and boundaries, whatever. But everyone has a general understanding of you know, what to do, what's right, what's wrong, what the laws are. Like, they have a general understanding. If you it serves most people, because now I'm looking at like society, I'm like, oh yeah, it's quite free, but really after what just happened to me, it has zero respect after what I just been through. So, because I saw the reality of when the fucking unheard people, the people that can't complain, they can't do anything, they're being humanly tortured or whatever. The only crime is a crime against humanity. I don't think, like when governments went to war and stuff, they had prisoners of war. When people went to war, since the dawn of time, they had prisoners of war. But like, why the fuck do we imprison such a? I guess it's the first industry in Australia. I guess it's always going to be here. But after witnessing it, like, doesn't have any of my respect. But I grew up, like, say you grew up in the hood or whatever. You have the opposite, like, society's not serving you. You're worried if your mum's gonna, like, you're worried when you need to get stuff done in the house and something. Your mum can't speak English or whatever. Like, is this person gonna rip us off? He needs to fix the door. Like, are they overcharging? Very greedy country, eh? So, like, you don't, like, you're always getting fucked over. You're always on edge and shit. Like, can't, you know? So there's that way. You see suffering. You see your parents struggling, your mom struggling, whatever. There's that way. And then, like, if it's pushing you to the other direction, you can only pick, you have to pick a side, eh? Like, yeah. You have to make a decision, because you're still looking at your future and stuff. You're like, fuck, is this how my life's going to be? Like, it's going to push you to one direction. It's going to be the inverse. And you can learn a lot from the negative, but like, I'm talking about just in relativity, like, from another angle, the polar opposite, just say the negative and the positive. You can learn a lot about the world, like, looking at it from the dark. You see the where the light is. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually, because you can't really see darkness from the light. Oh, yeah, makes sense. No, fuck my ass. Yeah, so that's why people criticize, and I think humans are problem solvers anyway. They just need to find the problems that need to be fixed, the best problems. So if you look at things with a negative view, you can find the positives, find what's good. When you meet, like, I think that's why like, a lot of people watch, like, Netflix serial killers and all that, because they're trying to find the humanity in them, because it's interesting. It's like, how can I relate to this person? I think you do that to everyone. You're like, how can I relate to this person? They're trying to find the humanity in them, because it's so sacred. They're trying to find, is there any... Yeah, how mad is that? Like, you're trying to humanize them. And on the inverse, when people criticize you, you're revealing stuff about them. Because, like, if they weren't able to solve you, if they came to correct you and you corrected them, you stayed the same. So it shows about them. Like, what the fuck? How funny is that? So, like, society has been put into a position... Society doesn't judge itself. How can society criticize itself? It's not a person. But society allows people to criticize others and judge people. Like, I think judging is the worst thing. I think the only reason you should criticize someone, judge, is so you can help them. Like, alright, you're trying to find the faults. That's a good problem solving exercise. Let me see how I can fucking, potentially help this person, or what he needs, or how can I bless them? How can I have a positive thing? But homeless people, drug-ridden people just walk right past them. I think I think it was like hamsters or something, or I don't know if it was mice. They've done like an experiment, and they started feeding some of them drugs, and the rest of let's just say hamsters, I think it was hamsters, they started avoiding the ones that were on drugs. So humans kind of work the same. Because they've rebelled, right? They've been pushed to a point where they've lost faith in everyone, and now they're taking in the pain, and they just flow like that. They're starting to see the reality. So that's why I think I pity people that haven't got into drugs or whatever, or been through things or whatever. There's a social perception that drugs are bad, so I think when you take drugs you think they're bad, but they're not. Like, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. I think if it plays with your frequency, like, then we can get technical about it, then yeah, you seem off or whatever. The rhythms, your sleep rhythms and all that, you're out of sync. You become out of sync with society. But I don't respect society. That's why I just don't. I just say whatever. Like, I just say what comes in my mind and get it off my chest. Yeah. Building, construction. Look at that building. There's building when you meet someone and you just get along because you're super constructing waves, and then you can build yourself. You can train. Start writing. Start talking. And it makes sense. The next time you say it sounds better, and you build it. The next time you try. So you just try. You build. So if you're in those positions where you can kind of counteract society, you can learn a lot. It's a gift, really. It's fucking hard. It's very hard because 90% of people are affected, and no, everyone's affected. And if you can learn from the inverse and the negative, then once you integrate it as you go into the other side, the populist, the general, whatever, you can really... I think that's why... Remember, I don't like... Andrew Tate said this the other day. I seen a video. I don't really listen to him much. I listened to him before he was famous. I just don't want fucking... Like, you know how like girls hate him and shit because he says the truth? It's like, oh, fucking listen to Andrew Tate. I don't want to, like, whatever. Like, obviously, a lot of men agree with him. He must be saying something true. Anyway, he has, like, the thing is, he's so wealthy and stuff. He has nothing to lose. So he just says what's actually true. Yeah. Like he has nothing to lose. He just says whatever. He's getting fucking imprisoned for it and stuff like that. Crucified. He said you go at the Matrix, you come back in, and you plug back into the Matrix with new powers. So this is like a soft core version of it that I'm trying to explain. Because he grew up kind of similar to me, sort of thing. Except I didn't really have a dad and a brother I get along with, so. But like, he grew up kind of quite rough. So he kind of saw the bullshit. Yeah. You become... See, like, it's using it to your advantage, right? That's why, like, when bad things happen, they're still bad, and they're fucking disgusting. I don't think, like, people should dismiss you. They should support you or whatever, but people just fucking leave you or whatever. Anyway, when you go through that pain and you can learn from it, it's because you're learning from the negative experience, you're dealing with it. And now you've kind of balanced that wave, because it was kind of like down, 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 down. I think that's why I'm against like psychosis and all that shit and blah, blah, blah. Because I'm like, if you had such a down, down, down experience, you're going to go bang like that, you know what I mean? There's nothing good with being too much. Nothing bad about it. I mean, if it's artificial, yeah, then yeah. But I think it's a spiritual instinct to, yeah, because when you're alone, you're not around others, that's when like you can start becoming more spiritual and all that stuff, because most people aren't. I think everything in society is actually to take you away from your spirituality. Labels, work, technology, anti-social, like people don't really fucking socialize properly. Like, I'm from like Egypt, like people just talk to you when you walk in the street or whatever. It's not really like that. Yeah. Obviously, it's a new country, a lot of cultures, a lot of blah blah blah. It can be dangerous, but because it would be so much better if people, yeah, as I said, like negatives from positives, blending cultures. That's what blending is, I guess. So like, when I was in Egypt, I was like, fuck, I wish Australia was more like Egypt. And then I was also like, I wish Egypt was more like Australia. Yeah. Like the freedom, the corruption, people can actually, like, they're both just as corrupt. I remember I looked at the index, I was like, fuck, Egypt and Australia are exact same. It's like 0.55 on the corruption, whatever. But I'm like, you can see the corruption, you can, everyone benefits from it. You can just bribe the cop. You know what I mean? Like black money. cash, no, but like, here there's so many rules and all this stuff. But at least the fucking, the traffic flows and the fucking street light, the fucking traffic lights, you know? People kind of move freely that way. It's more clean. Yeah, I think most people are just shit. Because, like, most people have an average life, which is shit. Because, like, if this is they say one of the best countries in the world, happiest people, bullshit. But, like, I'm like, alright, this is the best in the world? That's fucking shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking trash, bro. You're saying it doesn't get any better than this in the whole entire planet, in the fucking known universe? No. But, like, I think every country probably says something about their own country that's really good. But with internet, you never know these days. Never know. I think it's energy too, because I think when you go to another country, it's different vibes or whatever. Like you can, you know, the weather's a bit different. You can be more productive in other ways. Things are open later, blah blah blah. People in the streets, more lively. Shops here close at 5. And I'm like, there's so much like students and blah blah blah, and people, single mums that want a fucking part-time job or whatever. I'm like, bro, if you kept the shopping culture, if you kept the shopping till 10 p.m, let's say, you get double the fucking spending and shopping and people can work after their